Yesterday was Veterans Day. And you probably all heard the definition of a veteran is someone who has at some point in their life written a check payable to the United States of America in the amount of up to and including his or her life. Let me take you on an actual mission with me. It may have been a Tuesday or perhaps Sunday. It's hard to remember since there are no weekends in war. What I do remember, it was another hot, muggy day, late 1970 in Vietnam. My call sign in Vietnam was Dustoff 3-4, and we were first up, meaning we would be launched for the next medical evacuation mission in our area of operation, usually multiple times a day and night. The mission horn sounded, we were off. The whole crew is now sprinting to the helicopter. Within 2 minutes, we were airborne. The mission came across the radio. 1, U.S., critical, hoist required, coordinates Yankee Tango 320-120, contact Tango 22 on 47.30. Those words on the radio meant there was an injured American soldier needing to be extracted out of the jungle of Vietnam and taken to a medical facility for treatment. The call sign for the unit in the jungle was Tango 22. The pickup zone was about 40 miles east of our location, and we needed to clear a route through the artillery fire bases. Making those radio calls, the flight path was good. When we were in the general vicinity at a safe altitude from small arms fire, we radioed Tango 22 asking about the situation, the status of the patient, and enemy contact. Tango 22, this is Dustoff 3-4. Pop smoke. This meant he was to mark his position with a smoke grenade. Choo-choo cherry, I radioed back to Tango 22 as the red smoke filtrated up through the jungle canopy. We used Kool-Aid flavors to identify the smoke's color. Crew briefing done. Approach path selected. The crew ready. We made a rapid descent from our current altitude down to the top of the jungle canopy. Things began to progress rapidly from this point. On one radio, we were talking to gunships in the area. On the second radio, we were talking to Tango 22. And as we approached the treetop of the jungle, the crew went hot mic, so we didn't have to press the little talk button to communicate with each other. Since we couldn't land to pick up the injured American, we would be using our hoist to lower a cable and jungle penetrator down to the ground to bring the wounded soldier up to the helicopter. Hovering around the top of the jungle, looking for the remaining smoke filtering through the jungle canopy, we were talking to Tango 22 and he was giving us directions to his location, and then the unmistakable sound of an AK-47 rang out. The crew shouted, "We're taking fire. We're taking hits." And Tango 22 shouted, "Get out of here, Dustoff 3-4. The mission changed in an instant. The warning lights in our cockpit began to come on, and the pressure gauges began to fall below acceptable limits. We needed to find a place to land before we crashed into the jungle. The arteries of our Huey were severed, leaking engine oil, transmission and hydraulic fluid and fuel. The mission now was to get my crew to safety. A couple of 1,000 meters away was a clearing, and we headed for it. The engine could quit at any moment, so each minute counted. We had no idea if it was occupied by the Viet Cong or not. It was our only choice. Mayday, 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 Dustoff 3-4 going down west of Yankee Tango 320-120. Mayday, 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 Dustoff 3-4 going down. It was transmitted over the emergency frequency. What seemed like an eternity after making our emergency landing in that clearing, other helicopters were now circling overhead, and other American troops surrounded us until we could safely be extracted out about an hour later. Thousands of these missions were conducted just like this one, day after day, night after night. In good weather or bad, by 21 and 22-year-old young men just like you and me. It just didn't stop these crews from doing their mission. The great words of John Fitzgerald Kennedy are so true today. A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers. These are the heroes of the Vietnam War, and their names are carved on a black granite wall in Washington, D.C. There are over 58,300 heroes on that wall whose check was cashed with their life. In honor of Veterans Day and every other day, I salute my fellow veterans for your service to our great country.